I've been reading this TES article saying that over a quarter of secondary students now say they're not very motivated or not at all motivated to learn. That's 27% and rising. Now, it's easy to frame this as a kid problem, but it isn't. The more you look at the detail, the more obvious it becomes that this is a conditions problem, not really a motivation problem. And this one stat really hit me. Nearly half of pupils don't consistently feel like there's an adult in school who really cares about them. And my first reaction to that was surely not. Teachers go above and beyond every single day. And honestly, it's hard to read that because I know just how much staff give to this job, not for the pay, not for the workload, but for the pupils. And it's not that we care more than humanly sustainable most days. But when the system leaves staff stretched, pastoral teams cut back, and teachers doing 5 jobs at once, there simply isn't the time or capacity to build the relationships we know will make that difference. And we know as teachers that the current education system is not adapting to the growing needs when it comes to SEND. We've got thousands of young people trying to learn in environments that don't properly accommodate their needs. Support is patchy. Specialist provision isn't there. Funding, where's that? For many pupils, it isn't a lack of effort. It's the exhaustion, frustration, and feeling like school wasn't designed for them. And if your needs aren't met, motivation is naturally going to drop. Then you factor in the world children are growing up in, where before most children are either able to walk or talk, they're given a device. And each of these devices, every platform, every notification is engineered to hijack their attention instantly. So teachers aren't competing with boredom, we're competing with £1 billion algorithms designed to hack kids' attention, and they are rewiring children's brains. Now, alongside that, online, there seems to just be this constant anti-school narrative where you've got influencers claiming school doesn't matter, videos mocking teachers, content constantly telling kids the whole system is a waste of time. If you hear that message repeatedly, it chips away at your trust before you've even walked into the classroom. So by the time pupils arrive in class, their motivation's already been drained by a mix of technology, culture and pressure long before we've even started teaching. When we look at the system, the curriculum that feels rigid, exam heavy and disconnected from real life. Imagine being 14 or a SEND learner facing daily barriers. And I see this with my own kids, and being told your value rests on a grade in a subject that some children were forced to do through EBAC. Doesn't build motivation, it crushes it. Here's the thing what makes crystal clear: young people still want to learn, they're curious, they're capable, they're wired to explore, but motivation depends on the environment around them. And even as a teacher, I feel like the education system, that environment is stacked against them. So yeah, a quarter of students say they're not motivated, but the reality is they're not motivated by the system we've created around them. Not by overstretched staff, not by environments lacking connection, not by curriculum with little room for relevance or joy, not by tech that steals their attention, not by online narratives that undermine school, and not by a system that still doesn't fully meet SEND needs in so many students. And this does matter, motivation. When motivation drops, behaviour drops, attendance drops, well-being drops, and teaching becomes significantly harder. So in no way am I reading this blaming young people. I'm just thinking, asking the question, how do we design a system that works for all learners, including those with different SEND needs? Because when those things are in place, motivation doesn't need to be forced. It just grows naturally, I think.